Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Zicast. I'm Ryan Ziaks, and today I'm joined by filmmaker Aidan Oberman.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, great to have you here, Aidan. You
Thanks,
were in the
Ryan.
back of last episode,
Yeah.
Will, and now you're here sitting here with me.
hmm
So on my show, I interview people, I get to know them better, and I'm hyped to learn more about you. So how about you tell us a bit about yourself, Aidan?
Sure. I'm Aidan Oberman.
Mhm,
Am a filmmaker that went to Quinnipiac University and got my degree in film.
mhm,
And I recently moved to Connecticut to
mhm,
help Will out with a project
mhm,
that I'm sure you guys have
mhm,
know about if you've heard the previous episode.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, no, I've been all over the place, military family.
mhm.
Um, So, glad to finally have some footing and be in one place.
Or to ask you about your military family. So you
Sure.
traveled a lot growing up. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So, I was born in Virginia, and
Mm,
then when I think I was 4, we moved to Okinawa, Japan,
mm,
which is probably, like, my life kinda went down from there,
mm,
because 'cause you're in Japan.
yeah.
Um, it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean, you go from the beautiful world of Japan where everything's clean,
Yeah.
and then guess where I moved right afterwards? Jacksonville, Florida. So, um, yeah, so, then it went a little up afterwards. I moved to Maryland, DC area,
Yeah.
uh, which was nice, but Japan was definitely the highlight. I look back fondly on that, and then,
Yeah.
Connecticut now.
And tell us more about what it was like living in Japan.
It was a lot of fun. I remember we lived on a naval base,
Mm,
so flat roofs, all concrete because of the tsunamis
yeah.
and just the amount of, like, storms that they have there. Um, and so we lived, like, Camp Lester, I think it was called,
Mhm,
naval base, and, yeah, we had, like, a Japanese nanny come in, her name was
mm,
Kyoko-san,
mm,
and, you know, we would have some, like, I'm, like, 5 years old at this point, but she's, like, telling us stories about how she, like, survived World War II and shit, and so at a very young age, I realized how, like, fucked up the world was
mhm,
just from the recounting of World War II specifically and,
mhm,
like, what, the mainland Japanese and the US would tell the Okinawan people 'cause Okinawans are separate themselves a lot from the mainland Japanese.
mm,
They're very, like, laid back, chillaxed
mm,
compared to mainland Japan where, like, everything's business oriented.
mhm,
Um, and so I learned that at a very young age, and that was kinda confusing,
mm,
but, it feels good to, like, know my history,
yeah.
my parents, they would take me to, like Buddhist temples because we had, like, a Japanese, like, family friends
Mhm,
that were all Buddhists. So at a very young age, like, I grew up Catholic,
mhm,
um, but, like, I'm experiencing, like, culture that, a normal 5-year-old doesn't
yeah.
really experience.
Mhm,
So, yeah, I'd say I look back fondly at Japan because of that, and it, like,
mhm,
opened my eyes to, like, there's more than just, like,
mhm.
consumerist living
Yeah,
in the US. So,
100%. Any interesting cultural
sure.
differences, in comparison to the United States?
I feel like people are just much more welcoming,
Yeah.
in Japan, like, uh, from what I remember, they're just, like, impressed even if you learn, like, 1 word of Japanese.
Yeah.
While here in America, it's like, I guess learning English is not like at least from my experiences, like, my friends that had to, like, learn English when they moved here,
Mhm.
that are immigrants, um, they didn't receive this, like, praise because it's kinda, like,
Yeah.
expected, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so that's definitely different is, like,
Mhm,
I guess they're I don't know how it is in, like, mainland Japan, although I did visit a couple times, but it's just a very welcoming, culture to it, and,
mm.
it's easy to embrace that when it's so welcoming.
I almost said amazing, amazing,
Yeah,
which is, oh, we work on a documentary and I interview people and a lot of the times after someone would answer, I'd say amazing, amazing, and then
yeah.
jump in the next question. So I've been keeping those to a minimum, but that is amazing. I'm curious if you have any favorite memories or anything like really, like one moment that really stands out, or even
Yeah.
More than one moment that stands out to you.
Well, in Okinawa, there's this thing called the seawall, which
Mm,
is this like it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a big wall near the
yeah.
sea because of like the how weird the weather is there to
Mhm.
keep the water out and make sure that like flooding doesn't happen or whatever. Um, but there's like murals on the seawall throughout like the entire thing. Like people like to paint on them.
Yeah.
So like a tradition that we had um like, before we left is that we made a mural on the seawall. It'll be like, "Yeah, like, we were
Mm,
here."
mm,
Um, and, you can see, like, little Aiden handprints on it
huh.
before I, you know, developed a conscience and got weird. So,
You left your mark.
yeah, I left my mark in Japan, maybe
Mm,
dropped a deuce or 2 when I was there, like, actually.
yeah.
Um, no, my parents talk about how this, like, one time I was, like, running around naked, bouncing on, like, a neighbor's trampoline, and I just took a shit in their front yard.
Oh my
So,
god.
like, when I say, like, dropping a deuce, like, leaving a mark in Japan, I actually did do that.
Yeah.
So, if I did that when I'm, like, my age right now, I'd probably be, like, a sex offender or something, but, I was a little kid. I was a little
Yeah.
kid.
You made your mark, and how much of that how much of kind of that whole experience in Japan have you kind of taken with you into the rest of your life?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Japan was, like, a good for me to experience when I was, like, as young as I was because then, like, I became, like, a friend maker, like, I
Yeah.
became very sociable.
Mm,
Um and just got to meet people that way because I was so used to Japan being so welcoming. So when I
mhm.
got to the States and, you move to Jacksonville, Florida, and you hear kids like saying some like questionable shit that's like
Yeah.
taught to them by their not so educated parents,
Mhm.
it's like, whoa, that's interesting. So yeah, so like it's just like like you try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, I
Mm,
guess, and I feel like I'm very grateful that I was able to experience that when I was so young. Um, that way, like I don't like go into a conversation with some sort of like weird bias that
yeah.
was taught to me
Mm.
previously.
And I know you were just a child at the time, but what
Mhm.
did your day-to-day look like when you were in
Well,
Japan?
I would go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well. More specifically, I would go to this school called Cherry Blossom,
Yeah.
which is, like, beautiful school, did have cherry blossom trees there, it's
Yeah.
not just, like, in the name,
Mm,
and it's this, like, it was a hybrid school, so it was, like, Japanese kids would go there and, like, American kids would go there. M
mm.
ma Mainly the American kids that are there are
Yeah.
also, like, military brats.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so it's, like, at the top of this mountain, and, like, it's, like, spiral road all the way up from the top. And, yeah, I look back at that fondly. Everyone was, like, so nice. My teachers were would get on I was a troublemaker. Like,
Mm,
when I first moved to Japan, I think my mom tells me that like, one of the first things I did was, like, steal a thing of ice cream.
really?
And, like, all the Japanese, like, storekeeper is, like, running after me.
Huh.
And then my mom pays for it, and they look at my head, and they see that I have uh, 2 calluses.
Mm,
That's what it's called, calyx
yeah.
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Um, and they're like, "Oh, that's bad luck. That means bad luck. It means
Mm.
you're like he's gonna be a little shit when he grows up."
Huh.
I guess they weren't wrong. So, but yeah, no, my teachers would definitely get on my ass about shit. And then eventually I went to a school called ECK, which is like a mainly like English speaking school.
Hmm.
Um, for like military brats or just like American kids that like their families moved here.
Mm,
Um, and I went my first grade experience was like in a joint class with second graders because I was apparently gifted. Yeah, I have not gifted after that. Just letting you know. No more gifted classes for Aiden after second grade. Peaked in second grade. Um, but yeah, no, like, I would go to school, I'd get back, and then Kyoko-san would go to the, like, market and grab us a bunch of, like, what we call Japanese junk food,
hmm.
and we'd just be, like, snacking on that
Mm,
stuff. That's why, like, I'm quite a big individual now. Um, and, she'd get us these, like, Doraemon cheese puffs
mm,
and, like, weird chocolate, but I fucked with it, you know? It was
mm.
it was good. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, Japan, like, shout out to your snack department 'cause
Mhm.
you guys are doing everything right.
Mm.
Um, there, you made a fat Aiden, almost off the bat, chubby Aiden. So
Yeah. And in particular, you really miss from that.
I miss, like, not thinking about everything that's happening in the world because I
Yeah.
was a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just the place itself,
Yeah.
um, the people, like, they're just super nice and
Yeah. I'm curious what the military family like
sure.
is like, especially in the traveling.
Mhm.
Like, what's that's like?
Well, it was like, I just kinda grew accustomed to, like, the friends I have now aren't gonna be lasting. And
Yeah.
so that was, like, hard for me as a kid.
Mhm.
Um, so that's why I would, like, try to, like, make as many friends as possible
Mhm.
when I was in a place. And some I still stay in touch with, like really close friends. But I guess that's why like I became like kind of a people person and
Mhm.
also a people pleaser because of that. Because I'm moving around so much, and
Mhm.
I wouldn't trade it. Like
Yeah.
I like, I liked moving,
Yeah.
I would be sad in the moment,
Mhm.
but I remember except for when we left Jacksonville. When we left Jacksonville, I, like, was literally like, "Finally, like, a change," and I was excited.
Mm.
And, when I'm, like, 11 thinking that, that probably means that it's for the best, moving to
Mm.
Maryland, and I made a bunch of friends there,
Yeah,
so
I feel like there's nothing better than meeting different kinds of people, different
yeah.
types of people, especially going to another country. There's nothing better than going to another country,
Mhm.
and then that kind of widens your perspective of the world, and then I feel like that informs your work as a filmmaker. So maybe
Yeah.
why don't you tell us where your love for filmmaking started?
Well, probably from my dad, mostly. My dad and my brother. My dad was always, like, taking me to watch, like, rated R movies when I was way too young, um, like We're the Millers or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Um, Great movie.
Mhm.
Uh, but I guess that's where my love of comedy came from. But me and my brother, we would, like, take each other's phones and we'd make these, like, POV, like, videos, like it's a video game
Yeah,
with our friends, like, running around with Nerf guns and, like, it's, like, in first person, like,
yeah,
first person shooter. And then when you, like when you, like, died,
yeah,
like, fake died, you'd, like, pick up the phone and the next person would, like like, be, like, the person.
yeah.
And so or, like, we'd make, like, these, like, zombie movies and
Mm,
stuff, but yeah, no, my dad definitely, like, he placed, like, heavy, importance on, like, the Oscars every year,
mm,
the Emmys, like, he's a big award show guy, um, to which I kinda broke out from. I'm not, like, a big Oscar and
yeah,
Emmys guy anymore,
mhm,
um, uh, I used to be, though, but, yeah, I remember I'm, like, 13 years old, and he's, like, showing me Homeland for some reason, like, and, like, we watched, like, The Walking Dead for the first time and
mm,
stuff like that, so TV became kind of like a family bond, as it is in a
yeah,
lot of, like, American households,
mm,
um, and we'd go out to the movies a lot,
mm,
and, then I got into stop motion,
mm,
because I was a very, like, artsy kid,
yeah,
so I got my first, like, claymation set,
yeah,
and so I would make stop motion with clay,
mm,
and, that's kind of when I first like, I really started getting into, like, just making, like, dumb stuff, like,
yeah,
got a little YouTube channel going and
mm.
stuff.
Any projects in particular you're really proud of?
I mean, I moved here for the specific reason to, like, help, my good friend William Mella out with his football documentary, Wet Sue.
Mhm,
And I was here for, like, a week just to kinda get the lay of the land because like, he invited me out. Yeah, I came for, like, the Brunswick game, and that week was just awesome, like, I felt like yeah, we met the Bears vice president,
yeah,
Patrick McCaskey, so that was cool, we interviewed him, and I just felt like this is where I needed to be.
yeah,
I had been home for a little bit more than a year in Maryland,
mhm,
after graduating,
mhm,
and I kinda just was in this, like, stagnant place of, like,
yeah,
not much was happening, I was working, like, a minimum wage restaurant job, like,
yeah,
living off tips and stuff, but I was living with my parents, not like I had to pay rent
mhm,
or anything, and then I was like, I'm just gonna ask my grandpa if I could
Mhm,
like bunk with him because he lives in Litchfield, Connecticut, and that's not too far out from Cheshire where we're filming most of the documentary.
mhm,
And that week, I was like, I'm doing it. So I quit my job
mm,
the next week afterwards, and I said, like, fuck it,
mhm,
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna take a
mm,
shot. And so
yeah,
I don't regret it. So
yeah, and that's very relatable feeling kind of in a stagnant place post-graduation,
yeah,
especially for people in the film communications field. So kinda tell us about the work you do for the Wetsuit
sure.
documentary and how that's and just what that's meant to you.
Sure. Yeah. When I first came out here, I didn't really have any like film equipment, to be honest with you. I
Mm,
kind of just had my brain
yeah,
um and an eye for stuff.
mhm,
And Will like saw that in me, so he had me taking like BTS photos.
mhm,
And then we would make a lot of stuff for the social media because I was pretty good with After Effects, but not,
mhm,
like, great, but I wanted to get better with it.
mhm,
So we make these, like, short little edits for the social media,
mhm,
and so that was a lot of fun. We were
yeah,
cranking them out too, like,
mm,
we cranked out, like, quite a few of them within the span of a couple weeks. Um,
yeah,
yeah, like, at least 10 of them, and, I really got to learn more about After Effects that way. Um, like, like, my advice is if you're, like, feeling self-conscious
mm,
about learning something,
mm,
um, that's just the reality of it.
yeah,
When you're learning something, when you're getting better at something, you're going to feel stupid,
mm,
because you're like, "Why didn't I know this before?"
mhm,
But, like, you're getting better at it,
yeah,
and that's what really matters.
mm,
So just, like, that imposter syndrome, like, of, like, not being enough, not being good, it's so real, like, it's never gonna truly go away.
mm,
But if just in the back of your mind, you know that you're at least getting better at
yeah.
something, um, that's, like, the most important thing.
100%. And any Quinnipiac projects you worked on that you'd wanna just talk about?
At Quinnipiac, I had a lot of fun writing,
Yeah.
and that's what I like to do the most, I feel, because I've always, like, just enjoyed writing
Mhm.
and, like, storyboarding and stuff. Um, j and, what I like Critical Failure probably the most, which was, like, our D&D centered,
Mhm.
um like short film that was like a challenge. Yeah, test drive project before we did our capstone Boys Will Be Boys.
Yeah.
Um, and that's something that I wrote, and I was assistant director on the official project, Boys Will Be Boys, but I kinda took the lead in directing that just
Mm.
because I wrote the script, and so it
Yeah.
was just a little easier. Um and so that was a lot of fun. I, like, went to a party city and bought, like, a bunch of cheap, like, medieval armor and stuff
Yeah.
and, like, set design, like, these, like, ragtag costumes and stuff, and it was very scrappy,
Yeah.
very low budget, and it was a lot of fun. I just think that the comedy aspects of it are just, like, hilarious when you, like, cut to, like, this group of guys, like, I all know, like
Yeah.
Carl Brooks, like Matt Kashavarov. Yeah, and J Jordan Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had all these guys, like like, get together and wear these, like, medieval D&D outfits, like, Jordan Stewart's a bard with a guitar, and he does not know how to play.
Yeah.
So he's just, like, playing random strings and, just it was so fun. That was also, like, a chance for me to really get to know the group
Yeah.
that we were working with, JJ, Ashley. I knew Chris and Will already, um, and Jordan, of course, but, I
Yeah.
feel like that, short film kind of really was a nice bonding experience
Yeah.
for the whole group and how, like, we work together.
You kinda need those, like, really formative projects,
Yeah,
smaller things that build up to big things.
yeah,
And can you tell us a bit about your capstone thesis? We'll
sure,
talk about it on a previous episode, but curious
yeah.
your own experience.
So, capstone projects, when you're in the middle of making your capstone, at least from my experience, it feels like the best thing you've ever done.
Mhm.
Um, and then once you're done with the capstone, you hate it. At least that's
Mm.
how me and many others in the group felt. And then you're on to bigger, better things. And I remember one of my film professors, I think Ash Brandon said this, like, this, like, you should, like, see this as, like, not good and
Mhm.
want to get better,
Yeah.
you know? And that really helped me with, like, my mind after. It's like, "Oh, man, like, I worked so hard on this. We raised so much money to fund this. It's not in festivals," and it didn't really pan out how we wanted, but I feel like the whole experience of it was just really eye-opening to see, like, not everything's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Like, the filmmaking process, the experience of making a film, something's always gonna go wrong, you
Yeah.
know? Like, not everything's gonna be perfect. I mean, even if it's like, you have, like, a shot list ready, you have all these things ready, it's like something could go wrong. Like, one of your actors could get sick,
Yeah.
like, maybe you forget to charge all your batteries,
Mhm.
like maybe the camera falls off. That happened to me one time
Mm.
where the camera, a Panasonic UX90, fell off a stand when I was like a freshman
Wow.
and I had to pay the equipment room quite a hefty sum.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, just shit happens.
Mm.
And I I I feel like in the moment I was having so much fun with the film. And that's really what you should do. Like while you're in school, there for film, have fun with it. Like
Mm.
don't torture yourself.
Mm.
Um, but realize that there are much better things to come. Like you
Yeah.
will get better at something if you
Yeah.
keep trying.
Yeah, I think that calls back to what you said about when you're learning something, you're gonna feel dumb
Yeah,
when you don't know something, but it's just gaining that experience
yeah,
and knowing, like I said to Will, knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like, and
hmm
knowing what you want to do moving forwards. And I know you also have an affinity for the horror genre
I do.
as well. I know
Yes.
that you have a lot of ideas and concepts in mind with that. What draws you to that?
Well, I've been a big follower of Meat Canyon for a while. Um, if you don't know him, he's like a pretty popular like grotesque animator on YouTube. Like if you've seen like that one Bugs Bunny one, that's probably the most popular one.
Yeah, or the Steve Harvey one.
Yeah, this you made a Steve Harvey one too.
Mhm.
Um, I just like his ability to make something gross,
Yeah,
um, which sounds weird,
yeah,
but like, I love art, I like to draw all the time, and I like to make weird like, ew,
yeah.
like, gross.
Mm.
Like, a lot of the time when I make something, like, or I draw something, it's like, "How did you poop this out of your brain?" is what a lot of people say.
Do you remember your original drawing for the Bow Show Boys?
Yeah, yeah.
Where Tahoe's the head of my penis.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, yeah. So I would draw some fuck shit, it's just fun to make fun of stuff,
Mhm,
and so then I got really into, like, horror just as a genre, like,
mm,
after that, because that was, like, when I was in high school, and I actually as a kid, I would be scared of the wall, bro,
mm,
I'd see faces and it, like I was a scaredy cat kid,
mm.
um, but then I got into the creepypastas like Jeff the Killer and
Mm.
Slender Man and all
Yeah,
those, like the Squidward one, dude, and then you just get a full dive. Like once you're into something, it's like, oh, I want more.
yeah.
And then I remember like downloading Reddit for the first time. Oh
Oh, that's
boy,
scary.
yeah, yeah. When you download Reddit as a 15-year-old, you're officially like signing your life off as like the chud. Um, but
Charming, handsome, underrated, and dynamic.
finally drops the
Mm.
word chud. Chud stands for chubby,
Hubris.
ch- chubby, chubby, hairy, ugly dude. Doesn't actually stand for that, but
Chubby
um,
hubris.
no, like, but I would get into like no sleep, and that's when I started getting into like horror short stories.
Mm.
Um, and then Stephen King, like
Yeah.
growing up with it.
Mhm.
Um, and Yeah, and then I started getting into more, like, films that weren't, like, Marvel movies,
Yeah.
because like, as a kid, it's fine,
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I like Spider-Man," but, like, you want a web sling like Spider-Man, right?
Mm.
Um, but then you're like, "Damn, like, I'm gonna watch Shawshank for the first time with my dad," and then that became, like, one of my favorite movies,
Mhm.
and then you're like, "Damn, there's, like, so many more stories to tell other than just, like, I'm Spider-Man, I do webs."
And
You
and
know?
and with horror, with the kind of grotesque things, what called you to that, would you say?
I guess just being scared shitless of everything when I was a kid.
Mm,
Because like I would be into the creepypastas as a kid, but then I would also have like nightmares all the time.
mm,
And then that shit scared the hell out of me.
mm,
But there's something to it that's like alluring,
mm,
you know, like a disembodied voice in the woods calling out to you. It's like, don't you kind of want to like
mhm.
explore that?
Yeah.
Fuck no. But like you kind of do though, right?
Yeah.
Like what's making that voice? It's like the whole mystery of it, like the unknown. That is what interested me. It's like this shouldn't exist. Why is it happening?
Mm.
Um, and that's when you get into like the paranormal stuff, and like yeah, it's just fun. It's just
Mm.
fun.
Visual things like film, they're universal, but I feel like especially horror is very
Sure.
universal. It goes across languages.
Yeah.
It's always sells. Like I had an internship overseas once, and their horror was just always selling
Yeah.
because it's something that draws so many people in.
People like being scared.
Mhm,
Like that's why like I feel like horror. You either like to laugh or you like to be scared, or maybe there's a little bit of both. I
mhm.
think the best horror movies um, are ones that I could also laugh at.
Yeah.
Like bad horror movies are also like peak.
I think Scream does this very well,
Yeah,
or its spoof Scary Movie
yeah,
does it very well, where
yeah.
it's kind of playing into those comedic aspects, and it kind of further into getting to know you, Aiden. What are some things people might not know about you, like fun facts?
I'm a big nerd.
Chud.
Okay, big nerd.
Mhm.
You know, I partake in the Star Wars and the Legos and the Pokemon and
Yeah,
all of that.
meaning to ask you about that. You're big into collecting Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Have a
Ooh.
sick TikTok account associated with
Thanks.
opening packs. Can you tell us about
Thanks.
that?
Don't buy Pokemon cards. It's gambling. That's what I'm doing on my TikTok. Just like full disclosure. It's just gambling.
Yeah.
Just with like, oh, Pikachu. I like Rayquaza. I hope I get it. You're not gonna ever get it, man. You're not gonna get it. You're gonna get like one good card for a year.
Hmm.
And then you're gonna blow so much money.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I've been opening Pokemon cards since I lived in Japan.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese thing, okay?
Mm.
And I would trade them with like my friends there, my Japanese family friends. That was a language to me.
Yeah, it was communal. Yeah.
We both know like Charizard's awesome, you
Yeah.
know. It's just something like I feel like Pokemon for me right now is just a method of escapism
Yeah.
from, I feel like it's good to have something that the child in you
Definitely.
appreciates, get like while you're getting older. And that's what Pokemon cards is for me. The adult in me is like, oh my God, gambling. But the child in me is like, look at this. I just got
Yeah.
this awesome card I can put in my binder and I can
Mhm.
take it to like a card show or like a meetup and trade with people.
Yeah.
So like that part of it is the reason why I'm still into it. But
Mm.
you know, the the gambler in me is definitely like, oh dude, I gotta get the chase card. I'm gonna spend so much money trying to get it.
Yeah.
Cause like and
Yeah.
the scalping phenomenon that's happening with Pokemon right
Yeah.
now is like it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So if you're ever thinking about getting into Pokemon right now, don't. It's the worst time to get into it.
Yeah.
So
And Will has some presents for us, or for yourself, Aiden. Some Pokemon packs we'll get to open. You'll get to open them on. You'll get to gamble
guys,
on.
I'm gonna get the Charizard this time.
We're gonna gamble on
Right?
camera.
We're just gonna gamble on the Zicast. This
That's
is the
right.
first. This is a first for us. Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, here's
Yeah.
some Pokemon. I love Pokemon.
What's up, guys?
I'm on the right, the
Yeah,
right camera.
The
Look at him.
Zycam. Yeah, look at
So
me.
sexy.
Good.
I get closer to my buddy pal right here. We're gonna open some Pokemon cards.
I'll open after you on the same
Yo,
camera.
kudos to Will
Amazing.
for hitting up Best Buy and grabbing these today.
Yeah, I kind of just stumbled upon this. So
Yeah.
Got a Misdrevious. What is this one? Grand Bull. That's Ryan's favorite. Sarah Lynch. Punk helmet.
Oh, what do we
We
got?
got a Reshiram
Ooh.
reverse.
Oh, there's something in there.
We got a seal.
There's something in there. Oh, there's something in there.
Oh, we got something. We got
Oh!
mega. This is not focusing.
Is that a... What is it?
Yeah, we got a mega hair across E.
Okay. Here we go.
Awesome, dude.
Welcome back to Pack a Day.
There we
Awesome,
go.
man.
Okay. Welcome back to Back a Day on the
Yeah.
Zicast.
Fucking Zicast.
We got a... What is that? Box.
Is there a
Smeargle.
wetsuit Pokemon?
Okay.
Some
didn't
hot ass.
Well, didn't get shit. We got a mega
Some
hair.
hot ass.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Here, Ryan, you can keep that one.
Yeah, I will.
Yo, the pull of the day on the
Yeah,
Zicast.
pull of the day. So yeah, we had something little special first time Pokemon. It seems like you both love and dislike gambling. What's
Yeah.
one thing you love and what's one thing you strongly dislike?
One thing I love, my friends. I love my friends. No, real talk though. I think friends are like the friends that I have. I'm like very grateful for.
Mhm.
I've been through some like mental health stuff, and I
Mhm.
feel like just like having a close social network
Mhm.
is like something that really shouldn't be undervalued.
Mhm.
Just like a support group, really.
Yeah.
Like that's how I view it. And it's like they, even if they don't know they're doing something, like it really does help. It
Yeah.
just helps to talk. Like this is awesome too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And one thing you strongly dislike?
I dislike doubt.
Mm.
Doubt is the enemy of progress.
Mm.
That's a bar, right?
That is a bar.
Was that a bar?
That was a bar.
Yeah, I just feel like doubt has stopped me and a lot of other people from like grasping something.
Mm.
And that's what I feel like. Like doubt, in a sense, is just the opposite of being hopeful that things could change.
Mm.
And like I said before, like you're never going to learn something
Mm.
if you don't feel like you can. That you like that voice inside you is saying, you can't do this.
Mm.
It's like you can. If you apply yourself, you can do anything. So yeah, doubt. That's my answer.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that this has been a fun interview. So let's continue. And I can ask you, what are some of your hopes and dreams professionally or in general?
Hopes and dreams professionally. I would love to be involved on some sort of animated piece of work,
Mhm.
like just because I love animation, I love cartoons. Like that's like my lifeblood. Like, and that's when I feel like dream job is to like be a voice of like a character in a cartoon.
Yeah, you have the chops for it.
Aidan could be a voice actor.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
No, I like to do the silly voices. I like to not take things too seriously, and I kind of learned that through the Sunday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, in Japan, we didn't have Cartoon Network. We didn't
Yeah.
have Nickelodeon.
Mm.
We had Boomerang.
Oh, wow.
That was it.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm not a 90s kid or anything. I'm
Yes.
not like Unk, but like spiritually I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here watching the Flintstones, like
The Jetsons.
Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons, Grape Ape. You ever heard of
Oh
Grape
my
Ape?
gosh, dude.
I feel like those like early cartoons that I watched like in Japan really influenced my love for just storytelling
Yeah.
and making stupid shit as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
And then when I moved to the States, I'm like, oh my God, we have Cartoon Network.
Mm.
And that's when I'm like it's like a whole new world opened up.
Yeah.
And that was what I was like, I'm gonna like get really like I want to get into drawing and like all this stuff, like because that's the stuff that really appealed to me when I was a kid, and it still does.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And kind of building on that, what are some of your favorite movies and why do they resonate with you?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Hmm.
Um, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind are
Mm.
probably like two of my like favorites that aren't like animated films.
Yeah.
Just because they're like super sad movies too.
Yeah.
I'm an emotional guy. Like
Mhm.
I'm really just a big teddy bear. So like the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is like kind of like a romance, like tragedy.
Mhm.
Like because like they keep forgetting each other, but
Yeah.
like choose personally to like undergo a procedure where they forget each other,
Yeah.
and they just like keep meeting each other back again.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, oh come on now,
Yeah.
don't tug on my heartstrings like that. And then One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is about a guy that goes to an insane asylum
Mm.
to get out of like going to jail.
Yeah.
And he meets all these people. You know, I feel like that was what Danny DeVito's like breakout role too,
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
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 He meets like all these people in the asylum that are like they're like quirky, but like
Yeah.
they're normal people.
Mhm.
And like essentially you know, society's like frowns on them,
Yeah.
and just because they're different.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spoil like the end of the movie because I think it's a movie everyone should watch. But you know, it just goes to show that like no matter what you're struggling with like mentally or something, you are still like a human being that deserves to experience the joys of life
Mm.
outside of the confines that society views you in.
Mm.
That's why I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful film.
Any animated favorites?
I mean, like, I feel like the easy answer is to say like Spider-Verse, just because
Yeah.
like it's like a piece of art.
Mhm.
But dude,
Shit.
I mean, like Wallace and Gromit, it's great.
Mhm.
Like the stop motion stuff. But I feel like my personal favorite animated movie probably be, I really like Wall-E, man.
Mm.
You know, Pixar, they do just like they just come out with bangers, and feel like Wall-E is one of the most original animated films I've seen.
Mhm.
You know, it's like an apocalyptic world on Earth where like no humans are there,
Yeah.
and like this little trash cubing robot,
Mhm.
you know, somehow convinces humanity to like return to Earth because he finds a plant.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, dude, they could go, and it's like it's just so, and The Incredibles too, just because those two movies, Wall-E and The Incredibles, have such like adult themes in it,
Yeah.
but it's like through the lens that a kid can understand that.
Mhm.
And I feel like those are the movies that like my dad would show me, especially The Incredibles, that he would also like loved.
Yeah.
Because you see like real human struggle
Yeah.
in those two movies, and it's just like through like these animated characters that like you think it's for kids. It's not for
Yeah.
kids, man. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's why I love animated movies. But like, yeah, Wall-E for sure.
Yeah. And I mentioned kind of like horror being universal, but those kinds of themes are universal too that can really resonate with both kids and adults. And overall, Aiden, this episode really resonated with me. So thank you so much
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
for coming on the show. Do you have any motivational words or plugs or anything you want to leave the audience with?
Motivational words. Chase that thing that you are thinking about,
Mhm.
because nobody else is gonna do it for you.
Mm.
Yeah, those are my words.
Yeah.
Chase that shit,
Yeah.
because nobody else is gonna be like hooking you with a fishing line, like tugging you along.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on you.
And overall, Aiden, it's been amazing getting to know you.
Thanks.
Your your big personality, all your voices. You're always fun to be around and really fun to work with on the Wetsuit documentary project. And great to be a part of your filmmaking journey now too.
Thanks, Ryan.
So yeah, thank you so much for your time and coming on the show, Aiden.
Thank you.
See ya, audience members. We'll
Yeah.
see you in the next episode of the Zicast.
Yes.
This one will have.
Who you having on for the next one?
That'll be a
That'll be
secret.
determined in the next
It'll be
one.
determined in the next episode of the Zicast.
Yeah. So
He's
thank you.
actually going to be having his clone on that was brewed in a laboratory. Auntie Ryan is going to be on, and it's going to be a banger.
Brian.
Brian.
Ooh,
Ryan's going to be it.
ooh, Brian.
So,
But
thanks, Ryan.
yeah, thank you, Aidan. And as always, this is Ryan Ziaks for the Zicast, where everyone has a story. Signing off. Thank you so much for watching.